Hi there everyone, it's Sarah here and I've got another tutorial for you today. This came about as a result of making a mini album at a workshop yesterday, and one of the girls had suggested that she was going to go and try. This is the mini that I made. In fact, this is just another one that I'd made. It's still to be decorated and I'm going to be doing a tutorial for this one too. But the actual cover itself gave me an idea and gave Robin an idea as well from the workshop yesterday to make a cover for a stack of post-it notes. Now I've done post-it note covers in the past, but nothing as big as this one. So I've already done my measuring and we're going to just make a cover for this post-it box. And I'm actually using some of the leftover mat board that I had left over from yesterday. So this is a mat board. You can use grey board or you can use cereal packet doubled up. Just anything that you have to hand really, but I just didn't want to waste the leftovers that I had. So you want to cut 4 pieces and I'll put the measurements along the screen here for you. So this first piece, I'll turn this over, is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. The next piece in, which will be the spine, is going to be 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. Then we have another one 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, which is the same as the first one. And then we have another one which is 3 1/4 by 1 3/4, which is the same as this one. So you need 2 of these, 2 of these, and then the final one is 3 1/4 by 3 3/8. Okay, and then all you want is some masking tape and just mask your little hinges together. Now a little tip is, if you get 2 pieces of your mat board and stick it together, that should be the width that you create in between each of these panels. So it's roughly double the thickness of your project you need for the space in between here. Okay, so I've picked some patterned paper. I got this yesterday when I was at Stampers Grove, and it's Graphic 45's Safari Adventure. I love it. One of the girls, Jenny, at the class yesterday made her book, which was a 5x7 mini album, out of this paper, and it was beautiful, so I bought some and brought it home. So what we're going to be doing is, this measures 12 inches by 4 inches, and what we're going to be doing is gluing this down to here, and we're going to have another piece which is going to be 3 3/4 inches by 3 inches, and this is going to go over, so we're going to have a coloured flap that's a different colour from the rest of it, so it'll be like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some tape on all this and then assemble it. Okay there, so what I've done is I've just chopped out these little bits in between here, and then what I'm going to do is remove, I'll do this bit by bit actually. I'll remove the score tape and do one panel at a time, just because it's got a little hinge in it and it's flapping about, so rather than trying to navigate round my paper with 4 different pieces that are all sticky at the same time, we'll just do one bit at a time. So I'm just going to pop that there, and then what we can do is just flip the whole lot over and do the next one. And then all we're going to do is pull that up and put that down, then flip it back over again, and stick that one down. We're forgot to put one down there, but it won't matter. There we go. And then all I'm going to do is take these 2 bits off, 3 bits off, and pop that one down at the moment. Then what I'm going to do, in fact I'm better taking that off actually, because it's just encroaching on that a little bit, is get this piece. Now that's going to be, so I need to put my tape on this piece. So I'm just going to add this strip of adhesive, and I'll do one along this way as well. In fact, no, just do that one there just now. Pull that off and then tuck this underneath. Now I want it to go roughly there. There we go. So what that's doing is that's the tape, my paper there, and then there's a join here, so it's going to have an even space at the join. Okay, so what I want to do now is just trim this a little bit. So that it's an even amount all the way around. And then what I'm going to do is get some more tape and put it around all these edges. Squint, so I'm just going to leave that as is and just kind of score that a little bit. So what you want to do now is you want to take a scoring tool and just give it a score along the edge of your mat board, just to give the paper a score. Okay, and then what we want to do is miter our corners. So I'm just going to snip in here and just miter these corners. And just cut in and cut up. There we go. And the last one, cut in and cut up. There we go. Okay, so we're ready to kind of get this assembled now. So what I want you to do is push the board down and pull it towards you and just get the creases going. You can see me just rolling that over, and that just gets things moving along a little bit nice. And then what we're going to do is take the tape off this long end, and again push it down, pull it forward and roll it over. So that's one bit nice and tightly thingied down. I need to put a little bit of glue in there because that's a bit that I didn't put tape on. What a terrible crafter. This is just Cosmic Shimmer Specialist acrylic glue. It's quite good. It dries quite quickly. And then we want to do this side as well. Again, pull it up as you push it down and then roll it over. And again, I need a little bit of glue in there. Imagine me forgetting to put the... And I'm just going to pull that up and roll it over and hold it there and push it down. And then clean up the mess of the glue. There we go. And then what we want to do is pick this one up and do the same. Push it down and roll it over and lay it flat. And again with this one, going to pull it up, push it over and lay it flat. And there we have that part of our cover done. So what we want to do is we need a cover for, got a little bit sticking up there. There we go. So we need another piece of coordinating cardstock. I'm just going to get rid of all these bits of tape runner backings away from the side here. And tidy up as I go. Okay, so what we're going to need is obviously a piece that's going to be 12 inches long, or rather 11.5. So it will be 11.5 by 3. So I'm just going to get the same cardstock that I had here and put this on the inside. So I'm just going to trim that up just now. Top bit off. So 11.5 by 3 inches. There we go. So before I put this onto here and assemble it all, what I want to do is take my bone folder and just gently go over the hinge points and just score the cardstock. Because what we want to do is just give it a little bend and just tease it over a little bit gently, just to get the paper moving. There we go. Because when this all comes together, that's what creates your cover for your book. Okay? Alright now, let's get some tape on this. At this point you could use wet glue on this if you want, but I just prefer the tape because then that way you're not soaking the paper and you're not going to get any unnecessary rips. Again, another thing that you could do with this is if you wanted to ink your edges, you can. But this is quite dark paper, so I don't think it needs it. There we go, and then I'm just going to run a bit up the centre. There we go. So then we'll just take all our tapes off. There we go. And roughly line this up. There we go. And again, take your bone folder and just go down your joins. And again. there, there, and there, and give that all a good fold in. There we go. So that's our cover complete. So now what we want to do is stick our post-it note in, our post-it notebook. So again, we want some more tape. Oops, and pop this in. And then just pull these off. And then just line this up. There we go. Push that down. And then the next step is to put a closure on this. Now I've got some double-sided magnetic tape. So I'm just going to get that and then we'll get some of that on. So what I normally do is I put the both pieces and stick them together. And then take the backing off one of them. Sorry, you can't see that. Take the backing off one. And then stick that down onto there. Okay. And then take the backing off your other piece. Okay, oops, that got stuck to my finger. Pop that on there. Lift it over and then pull that shut, pressing down so that it gets stuck. Okay, and then what you can do is you can take that off and just put it down on your table and get your bone folder and just make sure that that's adhered there and that one's adhered, and then they stick together. Now you've got to watch when you're doing this because it needs to give a little bit, because I was making mini albums at the weekend and they weren't sticking, but it's because it just needs the paper to give a little bit and loosen up, and then it will stick. So there we go, and that's our little mini album. I just wanted to come back and let you see that the closure on this with the magnetic strip wasn't great before. So what I did was I went away up the stairs and I got a hairband and I wrapped it around it for a while just so that the book wouldn't ping open, and now you can see that that's it, it's fine, and it does actually close. There. If you wanted to, and if you're not happy to do the magnetic strip closure, what you can do is you can use one of these hairbands as a belly band and just wrap that over the edge. And then what you could do is you could maybe put a little charm or something dangling from it, and that would be equally as nice as well, and a nice gift to give someone. So I just thought I would pop back and let you see that it does actually close, because I felt bad when I finished that video off before and it wouldn't close. But all it needs is, it just needs to have a little bit of, you know, work the edges, and then and you'll get there in the end with it. Right, I'm going. I shall see you all soon. Bye for now.